In order to fight the monsters, the so-called Seven Knights possessed power from the ancient heroes, and an ordinary student became one of them. One day, two of the hero's successors named Faria and Ellen headed to a village. These two were also members of the student council of Grand Seed Academy. They were supposed to save the village from the attacking monsters called Pisces, and were also hoping to find a successor in the area who's like them. But they did not find any living people in this area, so they decided to go to the next village. While on the way, Ellen saw the village of Uli which was burning, and they saw that the Pisces were causing destruction in the area. They knew that a Grand Seed's new student named Nemo lived there. Nemo tried to hide from the Pisces, while these monsters multiply every time they prey on someone. He moved from one building to another just to avoid these monsters, but after a few hours of hiding, he was surrounded by them. Faria and Ellen arrived there just in time and saw that Nemo was being surrounded by the enemies. So she immediately attacked these monsters with her blue lightning. As she was fighting them, she noticed that magic alone was not enough to defeat them. Because of this, she used the succession, causing her to have the power of the hero, named Eunomia. She used the more powerful blue lightning and effortlessly defeated the other Pisces. When Faria eliminated the Pisces near them, the rest of the monsters quickly left the village. At night, while they were on their way back to Grand Seed with Nemo, they talked about the existence of the first heroes, and one of them was Eunomia. The goddess Ceres chose the heroes to protect the world when it was about to be destroyed by the evil god, Nestra. And the people who possessed the power of these heroes were their successors. But their conversation was interrupted when they were suddenly attacked by a Pisces who was able to turn the train that they were riding out of the track. They were able to get out of it, and when Nemo regained consciousness, he immediately approached Faria. They saw that the monster was approaching them, so Faria forced herself to stand. When the monster attacked them, Faria blocked it and she followed it up with her attack. But it regenerated, then attacked them again, and Nemo was hit hard after this. Faria created a barrier to temporarily stop the Pisces attacks on them. She told Nemo and Ellen to leave the area while she was trying to restrain this monster. But Nemo did not agree on her decision. In that difficult situation, a mysterious card suddenly appeared in front of him. When Nemo touched it, he went to another dimension, then he heard a woman's voice, and it turned out to be the goddess Ceres. She asked him what he would like to wish for, and he immediately said that he wanted enough power so that he would not have to leave Faria. Because of this, the goddess recognized his bravery, and it was the moment when a hero appeared to him. The Pisces picked up the wagon of the train and threw it at the barrier, causing it to break. And when it was about to hit Faria, Nemo quickly cut it with the power he got from the hero. Since only a small part of Nemo's body was changed, Faria immediately thought that Nemo's contract with his hero was not yet completed. But Eunomia told Faria that she should not worry because she believed in Nemo's ability. Nemo rushed to attack, but the Pisces released two small monsters that Nemo immediately defeated. Faria was amazed that Nemo was so strong even though its succession was not yet complete. Nemo took Faria's weapon and he returned it to her, then they worked together against the enemy. After Nemo attacked the eye of the Pisces, Faria followed it with another attack until they completely defeated the monster. After a few hours of travel, they arrived at the Grand Seed Academy, and Nemo was amazed to see his new school. While they were in the school, one of the Seven Knights, named Ju, approached them. He was the successor of the hero, named Spike, and he was carrying a dragon Pisces that he defeated. After a while, Faria summoned the other members of the Seven Knights who were also part of the student council. Aside from Ju, Gareth, Shirley and Gildan were also there. It did not take long when Faria arrived in the room and she introduced Nemo as a new member of the Seven Knights. They were all surprised by her announcement and even thought that she was just joking. Shirley immediately objected to this because Nemo was just a new student and had no experience in fighting yet. But Faria said that Nemo was able to form a contract with a hero even though it was his first time in fighting a Pisces. The four were surprised by this because they knew that one must undergo a lot of training before becoming a successor. So Gareth asked Nemo which hero he made a contract with, but Nemo could not answer because everything was not clear to him yet. Then Faria assigned Ju to show Nemo around the school. After the meeting, while they were walking around the school, they passed by the statue of one of the first heroes. Ju suddenly mentioned that he was also willing to risk his life to protect the world. Suddenly, Sufficia came, who was a librarian at the academy, and she already knew the story of how Nemo became a successor. She told Nemo the natural way to become a successor, but there were also others who achieved it because of the guidance of fate, just like what happened to him. After showing Nemo around the school, Ju took him to the dorm where he would stay. When he opened the door, he found out that Faria and Ellen were with him in this dorm. The next day, after his class, he met with Gareth on the lobby. Gareth asked him to bring the elf medicine to the Alchemy Research Institute because he said that he was not comfortable in that area. Nemo immediately agreed to this and quickly left. When he arrived there, he met Claire, who received what Gareth sent. It turned out that Ju was also in the Research Institute, but after a while, they heard an explosion. When they came out, they saw the Pisces dragon that was able to release itself from being imprisoned in the ice that Ju had created. When they saw Sufficia with other students, Ju immediately transformed and attacked the dragon. Then he instructed Nemo to take Sufficia and the others to a safe place. Ju fought the dragon again, and when he split its head, he was surprised that it was still alive and it rose again. They exchanged attacks, and Nemo returned to Ju after a while. Because Ju could feel that the dragon was getting stronger, he ordered Nemo to go to Faria to ask for help while he was restraining the dragon. But Nemo did not do what was asked on him, because he did not want to leave Ju. Instead, he took the dagger to attack. He used the succession and aimed at the dragon's core. Then he was able to bind the enemy, and he asked Ju to quickly attack the dragon's core. Because Nemo was struggling to stop the dragon, his hero manifested again, and that was the moment that the contract between the two of them was completed. Ju and Spike saw the core of the dragon, so he immediately targeted it, causing them to defeat it completely. After that, Ju approached Nemo and told him about the day when the Pisces attacked their place. His father was also a successor who died while protecting the entire city. This was the reason why he wanted to become strong like his father and protect the people. On the other hand, Shirley talked to Faria about Nemo because she believed that he was naive and weak. Faria told her that she was worried about Nemo, and this was the reason why she brought him to the dorm, so she could watch over him. She was afraid that Nemo might be swallowed by its power. In the evening, they held a meeting to discuss the Pisces who survived the battle at Burgit Volcano. According to Gareth, these creatures had regrouped and were definitely preparing to attack again. After their meeting and while they were on their way to their dorm, Gareth recalled what Nemo did when he and Ju fought the dragon. Ju teased Gildan that Nemo might even become stronger than him if he would not train hard. One day, Nemo dreamed that he was in a library and it was on fire. He saw his hero, and it seemed like he wanted to convey something to Nemo. As he woke up, Faria knocked on his door. When he opened it, he was told to be ready because they needed to do a mission. While they were on the airship, Faria explained to everyone the situation and their mission. Their task was to help the Imperial Academy elite because the Pisces attacked them while they were on an expedition. Meanwhile, those from the Imperial Academy saw the Pisces attack the Silver Hourglass. When Faria and the others arrived at the area, they quickly descended and transformed. While they were fighting the monsters, Ellen was assigned to heal those who were wounded. Gareth effortlessly attacked and killed the Pisces that he encountered, and Shirley was doing the same. After Gildan eliminated the Pisces in his location, a bigger Pisces appeared to him. Gildan's hero, named Jave, was worried that they would force to fight the monster, but Gildan was thinking about the people that they were going to save, and this forced him to attack the Pisces. He managed to cut off its head, but something suddenly grew out of it and immediately attacked him. Fortunately, Nemo and Joe came there and saved him. After Nemo bound the monster, Ju immediately attacked it, and they successfully defeated the enemy. It only took a few moments for them to completely eliminate all the monsters in the area. When they got back to the Grand Seed Academy, Gildan immediately trained to get stronger. Ju felt guilty because of what he said to Gildan the other night. Then he also mentioned to Nemo that Gildan was a prince of a country. Because of this, all the citizens of their country had their eyes on him, and this made him desperate to defeat the enemies. While Gildan was in the middle of his training, he suddenly transformed, but he felt something strange in his body. A few moments later, Nemo and Ju suddenly felt an earthquake. On the other hand, Faria gave a report to the chairman of the academy about their operation. They also talked about the broken silver hourglass, and Faria's observation on Nemo was also included in the conversation. When Nemo and Ju arrived at Gildan's location, Gareth was already there and was fighting a monster. They were shocked that the monster was Gildan, and according to Ju it was a possession. Gareth said that it happened because the hero released too much power which he failed to handle. Because of this, the hero was left open and vulnerable to evil. Gareth intended to kill this monster, but Nemo blocked him because Gildan was still in that monster's body. Suddenly, the monster attacked Nemo, and Ju said that he would try to save Gildan if he could. Meanwhile, inside Gildan's mind, he repeatedly heard his subordinates asking him for help. When Nemo bound the monster, Ju intended to lock it in ice, but it just melted right away. At that moment, Gildan was able to speak and ordered them to kill him, but Nemo immediately opposed this. Gildan was able to talk to Jave, and because of what his hero told him, Gildan decided not to give up. Because of this, they all worked together to attack the monster, and Nemo was able to remove Gildan from it. Meanwhile, Faria and the girls could see the light from the location of Nemo and the others. Since Gildan and Nemo both lost so much power and strength, they lost their consciousness. When Nemo woke up, Faria was there and she was the one who took care of him. She told him that he had been sleeping the whole day. When he remembered what happened, he immediately asked about Gildan's condition, and Faria told him that he was also fine. Ju and Gareth were also in Gildan's room. Gareth asked Gildan again if he really did not remember what happened before he was swallowed by evil. Since Gildan was sure that he could not remember anything else, Gareth suspected that a Pisces had something to do with it. They also discussed the sudden awakening of the dragon brought by Ju, and all of this happened inside the academy. Faria decided to take care of Nemo while he was still recovering. But Ellen came to tell her that she had to do some work at the student council office. When Faria left the room, Ellen and Nemo talked a bit about her. As they talked, Nemo found out that the hero Eunomia was Faria's ancestor. This was the reason why Faria had been training to become one of the 7 Knights' successor since her childhood. Ellen added that all Faria wanted was to use her power to protect the people. In the evening, Faria visited him again, and she was with Ju, Gareth and Gildan. After a while, Gareth asked Nemo if he had talked to his hero again. So Nemo answered that he only heard his hero speak sometimes. Since Nemo did not know the name of his hero, Gareth thought that this was not normal. Ju suggested to Nemo that he should talk to Successor because she might know something. Then Shirley suddenly came there and seemed not in the mood. After she handed an envelope to Faria, she also left immediately. It turned out that she heard what Nemo said, that he had not talked to his hero yet, and this made her think that there was something peculiar about Nemo. One day, Nemo decided to go to the library to ask Successor about his hero. But no matter how they searched the entire library just to get the information, they could not find any answer to his question. Even Successor wondered because she thought that this library had all the information about the heroes. But she promised that she would investigate it to the best of her ability. Meanwhile, there was another incident inside the school, and the victim was a member of the disciplinary committee. Because of the bite on its neck, Faria immediately thought that it was done by a vampire. As the chairwoman of the disciplinary committee, Shirley promised that she would arrest the culprit. So Nemo volunteered himself to help the disciplinary committee in their search too. Then they immediately started the investigation, and at that moment, Shirley asked Nemo if he was hiding something from them. She added that she found him suspicious because he had no idea about the Grand Seed Academy and the 7 Knights. Nemo could not answer this, so Shirley just said that it was not important at that time, as long as Nemo was on the good side. At night, Nemo went to the Research Institute to borrow Claire a book with information on vampires. A member of the disciplinary committee, named Mina, also arrived, then they went home together after that. Mina mentioned to Nemo the rumors that Shirley was being suspected by others as the vampire at school. This was because Shirley was the last person with the victim before he lost consciousness. So Mina asked Nemo for a favor if he could accompany her to investigate the forest. While they were walking in the forest, they were shocked to see Shirley sucking Ellen's blood. Mina accidentally stepped on a stick which Shirley heard, so she quickly rushed at them. When she saw that it was Nemo and Mina, Shirley left immediately. But Nemo decided to follow her, and while she was running away, she talked to her hero, named Rachel. When Nemo caught up with Shirley, she decided to fight him, but Nemo was not fighting back at her and was just accepting her attacks. Shirley started to tell him the complicated past of their race. This was the reason why she did not want others to know that she was a vampire, because people would be afraid of her. But Nemo believed that not everyone was afraid of vampires, and Ellen was one of those people, and this calmed her down. When they were about to go back, they saw Ellen above, who was being carried by the Pisces. They followed the enemies, and when they got to the abandoned building, Mina appeared to them, and they also saw Ellen being tied on the wall. It was only here that they found out that she was also a vampire like Shirley, and was the one who attacked the victims. They also learned that Mina was an ally of the Pisces when she released the monsters. Nemo and Shirley quickly attacked and defeated the enemies. Mina suddenly attacked Shirley, and with its speed, Shirley was not able to avoid its attack. Nemo fought Mina until he was able to cut off one of her hands. But it regenerated and grew bigger, then she also attacked Nemo. When Shirley got up, she fought against Mina and used the primordial flame. It affected Mina because one of the vampire's weakness was the fire. When Nemo got up, he remembered what he had dreamed one day, and his hero manifested to him too. He suddenly came up with a plan, and he wanted Shirley to use her fire again on Mina, so he could defeat their enemy. Using the newly released Pisces, Mina attacked Nemo, but Shirley got a chance to grab Mina and use the Kaiser Phoenix. It was followed by Nemo's attack using the Legis Breaker until they successfully defeated her. One day, Gareth investigated the former school library, which was burned down. According to Successor, the head librarian at that time was a double agent of Pisces. He was called Genius, and the hero who had defeated him was Eunomia. And since then, the rumors started saying that the place had a curse. When Gareth left the library, Claire approached him and handed the papers, which was also containing information about the old library. The next day, they had already started discussing the dance that would take place since the school festival was approaching. While Nemo was talking to Ju and Gildan about who they wanted to be paired with in the dance, Shirley approached them. She asked Nemo if he had a partner in the dance, and since Nemo could not think of anyone yet, Shirley invited Nemo to be her partner, and this surprised Joe and Gildan. The two could not believe what they heard from Shirley, so they suspected that Nemo and Shirley were hiding a secret. After that, the 7 Knights had a meeting for the student council event. While they were thinking about what to do, Gareth decided to go out because he was going to take care of the investigation on the Pisces that were lurking around the school. But he promised to help the festival if needed. When he came out, Claire followed and approached him to offer her help. And in return, Claire would like to have him to be her partner in the festival. On the day of the festival, the student council ended up making the cafe. After attending the needs of their guests, Faria asked Nemo if he already had a partner for the dance. Since Shirley heard their conversation, she also asked for Nemo's answer to her invitation. But Gildan suddenly asked Nemo to bring the food to Successor. Meanwhile, Claire went to the old library to investigate and was hoping that she could find something that could help Gareth. But as she searched the area, the ground beneath her collapsed, then she fell and saw a door near her. She managed to open it, and when she entered the room, she saw more books arranged on shelves. But the book on the altar caught her attention because it was glowing, and when she touched it, she suddenly screamed. On the other hand, Nemo talked to Shirley and suggested to her that she should try to invite Ellen to the dance. He frankly told her that he could see Shirley's feelings for Ellen. After that, Nemo also decided that he would dance with Faria. Gareth was wondering because Claire was still not around. After a few moments of waiting, she arrived and they danced before the song was over. While they were dancing, Gareth noticed the crystal-like thing that gradually covering Claire's whole body. He was shocked when Claire's body parts got broken like a glass, and this caused her death. On the day of Claire's burial, Gareth did not show up. After that, Nemo saw him behind the tree and approached him. Gareth felt guilty because this happened to Claire because of him. He was angry and promised that he would make sure to find the person who did this to her. While Faria was summoned by the chairman of the academy and other senior officials, and they showed her the current situation in the Burgat volcano. According to them, an underground facility was discovered in this area. They also showed the cities which were located around the volcano that were attacked by the Pisces in the previous year. They also mentioned the silver hourglass which was broken in the past incident. That's why the Grand Seed planned to launch an all-out attack before the Pisces could use the power of the silver hourglass. They were alerted when they also found out that the leader of the Pisces, named Amos, was in the underground facility. Since there were incidents that happened inside the school, they suspected that there was an enemy hiding in the academy. Because of this, Faria decided to follow their wishes and formed a squad for the attack. At night, she was surprised when Eunomia suddenly appeared to her. Eunomia told her that once the battle was over, she had to reveal the truth of the former library, but Faria wondered what she meant by this. The day of their attack on Birgit Volcano had arrived. Ju and Gildan were assigned to go ahead and lead the army that immediately attacked when Faria gave the signal. After a few moments, Nemo and the others also came down to attack the enemies. Faria instructed Ellen to stay and accompany Ju and Gildan, while the three of them continued to the enemy's temple. When they reached her room, they were suddenly being attacked. Then Rita, Volex and Castres appeared, which surprised them because they also seemed to look like the successors. Rita spoke and said that they were the ones chosen by Nestra for the new world which the god would create. Rita held the power from the immortal Empress, named Irene, while Volex had the power of the hero, named Mercure. And Castres was the one holding the power of the Knight of Destruction, named Delens. While they were fighting these three enemies, the battle was also going on outside. Since the 7 knights were more effective if they fight together, Nemo tried to leave Castres and went to Faria. They worked together to fight Rita, but a few moments later, Castres got to their location when he found them. Rita became angry because Castres came a bit long, but Castres made it clear to her that he did not come just to help her. When he attacked Nemo, Nemo fell towards her. Castres attacked again even though Rita was there, but Nemo blocked its weapon. On the other hand, Amos watched the ongoing battles in the different parts of the facility. He asked Nestra for power, and after a while, Rita and the 2 enemies of Nemo's group got even stronger. Meanwhile, Gareth went to the old library to investigate the cause of Claire's death. When he entered a room, he saw an altar with the same design as the Pisces, and the monsters started to come out. With the sudden strength received by the enemies, the other students also noticed that the Pisces that they were fighting became stronger too. Volex and Castres managed to beat Nemo, but the moment Volex lost his focus, Nemo got a chance to attack him. Volex was hit by a big rock, and Castres was confused on the attacks around them. That moment, Faria and Shirley acted quickly to help Nemo. Volex was so angry by this that he lost his temper and carelessly hit Castres in his next attack. Suddenly, their enemies felt strange, and at the same time, the chains from their heroes were removed. Faria said that this happened because their heroes did not want to be treated by them as mere tools. But Rita spoke and said that this was what their leader had taught them. Castres attacked Nemo, but Shirley immediately took action to protect him. Nemo managed to bind Castres, and using Shirley's Kaiser Phoenix, they were able to defeat him. After that, Volex was so scared that he quickly ran away. Nemo told Faria and Shirley to go to the temple, and that he would take care of Rita first. Since Faria trusted Nemo, they followed his order to go to the temple. When Nemo was left with Rita, he told her that he and his companions treat each other like siblings. It was only here that Rita realized that Nemo was also an artificial successor just like them. She attacked Nemo while asking him why he changed and betrayed their god, then Nemo answered that he wanted to live a new life. When Rita knocked him down, Nemo still managed to kick her. Rita could not move anymore as she saw that Nemo was rushing towards her. Suddenly, she heard her hero's voice and it gave her power. And Nemo immediately knew that Rita's hero made its connection on her. Then he said that Rita had confidence in her hero, compared to Volex and Castres who only see their heroes as tools in a fight. Because of what Nemo said, he was able to convince Rita to join them to fight against Amos and the Pisces. When Volex reached Amos, he immediately asked for help so that he could control the hero's power in his again. But Amos did not care about them anymore because he said that he had found the true son of destruction that he was looking for. He added that he would come soon, while watching Nemo and Rita. Then he decided to kill Volex because he was no longer useful to him. A few moments later, Faria and Shirley arrived at the temple. While Gareth was fighting the Pisces, Sufficia came there to help him. When they were able to get away from the monsters, Sufficia revealed what she had discovered about Nemo. Faria and Shirley fought against Amos, but even though they hit him multiple times, those had no effect on him and his wound was healing quickly. Then they learned that Amos was using the power of the silver hourglass to manipulate and control time. Amos even told them that he considered himself the only true hero of the modern age. Then he attacked and Faria was thrown away, but Nemo arrived just in time to catch her. When the group of Ju and Gildan defeated the enemies outside, they immediately went to the ritual site which was used by the Pisces to get the power of the silver hourglass. They put the hourglass at the center, which was one of the tasks given to them by Ellen. But Ju wondered why they were not informed about other details regarding their mission. On the other hand, Amos welcomed the return of what he called the Son of Destruction, and it turned out to be Nemo. It was the moment when Rita found out that Amos just made them as bait in the preparation for the coming of the real Son of Destruction. When she saw Volix's dead body lying next to it, she got angry and attacked Amos. She managed to hit him, but it did not work either, and Amos just retaliated on her. Amos intended to sacrifice the Son of Destruction because this would trigger the arrival of the God of Destruction. After he attacked and brought them down, he began to awaken Nemo's true self. But someone suddenly came, so Amos stopped the ritual, and it turned out to be Ellen. Using the hourglass that Gildan placed in the ritual site, and the power of Ellen's hero, named Vanessa, they came up a plan to defeat Amos. Ellen started to use her hero's power and stop the time. So when Amos attacked her, she just returned it to him. After a while, Amos's ring with the power of a silver hourglass got cracked. Amos could not believe that Ellen knew his trump card, so Ellen told him that it was because she already had seen it. As soon as the ring broke, Nemo's arm returned to normal. But Ellen weakened because she used too much of her power, so she fell and became unconscious. Nemo and Faria continued to fight and attack Amos, then they observed that their attacks could now injure him. While Faria and Amos were exchanging attacks, Nemo prepared the Legis Breaker. Amos aimed at Nemo, but Rita was able to stop his attack. When Nemo released the power of the Legis Breaker, Amos tried to block it, but because of its strength, it still get through and defeat him. Because of this, the Pisces outside also collapsed one by one. After the defeat of the leader of the enemies, Nemo also said that his role was also over. But Faria could not understand what he meant by this. Suddenly, the temple started to crumble, so they acted immediately to get out of there. Rita did not want to go with them, but before she left, she warned him because he was chosen as the Son of Destruction and this could not be changed. Nemo and the others successfully got out of the temple and returned to Grand Seed. They had no idea that Amos was still alive because he managed to use the power of the silver hourglass in the last moment. But little by little, he was enveloped in a crystal similar to what happened to Claire. It was here that Successor appeared to him, who turned out to be Amos's ally, giving him false hope that he would succeed in the fight. It turned out that Successor only planned for Amos to lead the Pisces well, because he believed in Successor's false vision. It only took a few moments for Amos's entire body to be completely covered in crystal. Successor did not know that Rita was still there, and heard what she and Amos talked about. When they arrived at the Grand Seed, they were suddenly surrounded by the other students. Gareth was also there and pointed his sword at Nemo because he already knew its true identity. Nemo was also accused of being responsible for what happened to Gildan and on Claire's death. Because of this, they locked him up while the investigation on him continued. Faria visited him because they found out that the so-called cursed double-agent hero, named Genius, was Nemo's hero. They suspected that the supposed curse in the old library was the power of genius. The student council had a meeting, and Gareth showed them the investigation done by Successor with the board, wherein they learned that the 3 artificial successors which they fought in the Burgat volcano were similar to Nemo. But Gildan still did not agree with the school's treatment on Nemo. The others understood that they had to do this to Nemo while they were still not sure if he was an ally or an enemy, because it might also cause panic on the other students. So Gildan decided to just leave there, and said that he would be the one to save Nemo. After the meeting, Gareth went to Nemo and blamed him for Claire's death, but Nemo said that he had nothing to do with it. While Faria was on the stairs, she heard that Nemo admitted on his true identity as an artificial successor created by the Physis. He recalled about his memories while he was still in Amos' facility. When he saw that one of them was being killed, he felt the fear of dying just like a human being. He also heard a voice and told himself that he wanted to live. Gareth did not believe what he was saying, and Nemo could not blame him because if he would be in Gareth's situation, he would also feel the same. So Nemo ordered Gareth to just kill him, but Gareth could not do it. On the other hand, Faria talked to Eunomia to ask what really happened in the old library. Eunomia showed the curse in her arm and was worried that Faria might end up the same if she tried to find out the truth about the past. But Faria was determined to know the truth because she wanted to save Nemo. Because of this, Eunomia took her to where it all started. She was led into the room that Claire also entered, and she also saw the glowing book on the altar. While Gildan talked to a high official of the school to ask for help. When he came out, he saw Shirley waiting outside who heard what he and the officer talked about. It turned out that she also planned to work with Gildan to save Nemo. In Faria's search for the truth, he also went to the town where Nemo was born. He entered Nemo's house and saw Nemo's photo with his parents. When she got to the square, she saw something which was similar to the thing that Nemo was wearing in the photo. Suddenly someone attacked her and it turned out to be Rita. Rita thought that Faria and the 7 knights were following her. The two of them fought until Faria used her purification thunderfire, causing her to knock Rita down. But Rita forced herself to get up and asked her hero for power. While in Grand Seed, the high officials decided to execute Nemo. Before they could do this, Gildan and Shirley arrived while carrying the imperial order from the mainland. But according to Sufisha, it was too late for this because Nemo must be killed. So when Gareth and Ju rushed to attack Nemo, Faria suddenly came and blocked Gareth's attack. Faria revealed to them that she already knew the truth and everything was clear to her. He showed to Nemo the thing that she saw in his town. This was the moment when Nemo confessed that he killed the real Nemo and took its form and memory. He was ready to accept the punishment which was imposed on him, but Faria still insisted that she would protect him. So Faria fought against Gareth and Ju, and after a while her airship arrived. Ju tried to bring it down, but he did not know that Rita was also there who attacked him first. Because of this, they successfully took Nemo and immediately left the area. While in the airship, Nemo found out that Sufisha was an accomplice of the Pisces. After Faria defeated Rita, she told Faria what she heard in the conversation between Amos and Sufisha. Suddenly, the airship shook and they saw the power of Pisces coming from the old library. Because of this, Gareth became even more angry at Nemo because he thought that this was done by Nemo's hero, named Genius. He said that he would do everything just to kill Nemo. Then he went to Sufisha, which was what she was expecting, and Gareth asked for her help to give him extra power so he could end Nemo's life. Sufisha immediately began to fulfill Gareth's request. When Faria and Nemo talked again, she showed him the curse that she received because of her dedication to find out what really happened in the old library. She added that at first, she just wanted to protect Nemo because it was her mission as a successor, but every time they were together, she could feel that she was about to be freed from this mission. When they were close to the old library, they went down to get into it. But Joe blocked them, who was with Shirley and Gildan. They wanted to get Nemo because of its hero. When Ju attacked, Rita stopped him and told Nemo and Faria to go ahead. So Nemo and Faria immediately left and Rita faced the three alone. Then she told them that it was Sufisha who was the mastermind in the creation of artificial successors like her and Nemo. Joe did not believe Rita, but Shirley and Gildan had questions about Sufisha. Suddenly, Ju felt something in him, and after a while he was also put into possession, and he knew it was because of what Sufisha did to him. Gildan sent Shirley and Rita to follow Nemo, and decided to face Ju alone. When Nemo and Faria arrived at the old library, they immediately entered it. They went to the altar where the book was placed from which the power of Pisces was coming from. Eunomia appeared and according to her, this was the Book of Time and the seal left by Genius. She added that they could now say everything, and Genius also appeared to them. Genius said that the seal in the Book of Time had weakened due to the power of destruction. It was only here that they found out that what everyone knew about Genius, as the one who put a curse in this place, was just a lie. Those who were close of knowing the truth were immediately eliminated in this world. Eunomia told them the story of the day when she and Genius fought the Pisces in this library. Genius sacrificed himself to serve as the seal to stop the vortex of destruction. They wondered why Sufisha knew everything if the one who discovered the truth died immediately. Suddenly, Sufisha appeared and confirmed to them that she was also there that day. Faria asked Successor how it happened because the incident was several hundred years ago. So she revealed that Genius tried to kill her that day, but she was able to move from one body to another, and this was the reason why she was still alive. She added that she wanted to kill Nemo, although he was the only one who could remove the seal from the Book of Time, he was also the only one who could seal it back. Nemo and Faria worked together to attack Successor, but Gareth came and managed to cut off one of Nemo's hands. Then he followed it up with another attack until Nemo fell to the ground. Because of this, the seal was completely broken. Gareth was caught off guard when unexpectedly, Successor attacked him as well. But just a moment later, Ellen came there and used her power to turn back time. Then she used the power of the silver hourglass to restore Nemo's body. Because of this, Nemo was able to use the succession again, while Ellen collapsed due to weakness. It turned out that Ellen had planned all of this since they were still in Birgit Volcano. But Successor absorbed the power of the book and transformed herself into a monster. Meanwhile, Gildan managed to defeat Ju, and Ju also realized that Successor was an enemy. Suddenly, they felt an earthquake, and the monster-like Successor came out from the old library. She released many Pisces, and these monsters attacked the school officials and the students. Gildan and Ju immediately went there, and after a while, Faria and Nemo also came to fight their enemies. Genius appeared to Nemo and told him what he should do to defeat Successor. When Nemo was about to be hit by Successor's attack, Rita came to block it. Gildan and Ju also arrived to help them. While Shirley went to Ellen, she knew that Ellen only had a few hours left because of her excessive use of the time control. Because Shirley did not want her to die, she asked Ellen to drink her blood so she would become a vampire and be an immortal like her. When Nemo and Faria were about to approach the monster, they were blocked by its power. Gareth suddenly came and sacrificed himself to make a way for Nemo and Faria so they could pass through. Because of this, they were able to get close to the monster, and when they climbed up, they faced Successor. They worked together to attack it, but their attacks did not work on Successor. When Successor attacked, Faria fell and was immediately rescued by Nemo. Then Nemo used the Legis Breaker, and they made it even stronger with the help of Faria's power. Successor tried to use her power against it, but after a while, the combined power of Nemo and Faria prevailed and defeated her. But Successor still managed to survive, and Nemo transformed into his original form. He and Successor fought again, and as they exchanged attacks, Nemo remembered the day that the Real Nemo saved him. They continued to exchange attacks until both of them received severe injuries. Genius also appeared and used his power again to seal the vortex of destruction, and through this, they finally defeated Successor. A few days later, they were surprised when Rita decided to study at Grand Seed Academy as well. When Gareth was discharged at the hospital, the others were waiting for him, and Gareth also apologized to them for what he did. On the other hand, Nemo and Faria decided to leave Grand Seed Academy and went on a journey while carrying the Book of Time. This is the end of the 7 Nights Revolution. I hope you like it and give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss newly uploaded videos. Thank you for watching.